Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that dominates in today's edition for Wednesday, 2nd April 2025, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. CBI programs are not only about visa-free travel at a time when the world is in turmoil. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. While the St. Kitts and Nevis government in 2023 implemented a significant legislative, regulatory and institutional upgrade to the country's citizenship by investment program primarily to address concerns expressed by the European Union and other countries, it is believed the Schengen countries are inching towards requiring visas from CBI countries. Glenn Bart of SKN Newsline reports.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Denzel Douglas was questioned at a 28th March press conference about the likelihood that the CBI programs could continue to be productive for developmental purposes should the European Union implement the necessity for visas. The St. Kitts and Nevis Foreign Affairs Minister believes the country has worked diligently to avoid this and remains optimistic on the issue.
So we are hoping that our CBI program does not get affected by matters of that kind. But I want to make a more fundamental point. That if it were to be so, that we would have lost the Schengen arrangement, that does not mean the CBI program is dead. I want to make that clear. There are factors now globally that drive the CBI program, not just being able to enter a country as a businessman without a visa. There are factors globally that drive the CBI programs around the world. The world is in conflict. More and more zones in the world are in conflict. People, therefore, are moving. And so the CBI program is global. It's a global phenomenon. It is not a St. Kitts Nevis economic development phenomenon. It is not an Eastern Caribbean development phenomenon or initiative. It is global, because of what is happening around the world. People are moving because they move away from conflict zones. And they will invest and invest in order to be given a document so that they can travel to a land, a country where there's peace. One of the countries and one of the features that was very prominent when we were in Taiwan is the CBI. People are very much interested in it.
Financial inflows from the CBI program have been a substantial part of budgetary income of the federal government, assisting in the delivery of critical services, social programs, and infrastructural development on both islands. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
New survey paints troubling picture for safety in Jamaica. Sandy Williams of CVM News reports.
The survey conducted between November 2023 and February 2024 found that Jamaicans' perception of safety has remained largely unchanged since 2019, with one glaring exception: banks and ATMs. Stacey Thompson is head of the Special Project Unit at the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin.
We found that 68.6% of respondents felt safe at a bank in 2023 compared to 80.9% in 2019. And also at the ATM on the corner on the street, where 47.2% of respondents indicated feeling safe compared to 56.3% in 2019.
More respondents in 2023 felt that crime had worsened at a national, parish, and town level compared to 3 years prior. Meanwhile, household victimization has decreased over a 3-year period, but personal victimization has seen a worrying uptick, jumping from 10.8% in 2019 to 14.2% in 2023. The data points to a growing threat to individuals, even as households report fewer incidents. Crime victimization overall has escalated, particularly in cases of bribery and bank consumer fraud. These forms of crime have increased both in a 3-year and 12-month periods, signaling a worrying trend of financial exploitation and corruption within the country.
When we look at bribery, we saw where 10% of respondents indicated that they were a victim of bribery in 2023 compared to 4.7% in 2019. And for bank fraud, 15.6% indicated being a victim of bank fraud in 2023 compared to 8.7% in 2019.
One of the survey's most concerning revelations, though, is the continued low reporting of personal crimes and crimes witnessed. Underreporting skews the national crime statistics and may contribute to emboldened criminals.
When asked, why did you not report the crime to the police? Persons who witnessed murder, 51.9% indicated there were other witnesses. For gun battle and robbery, 57.9% and 60.7% indicated that they indicated reluctance as to why they did not report these crimes. When we talk about reluctance, we talk about not wanting to go to court, trying to protect the offender, and the one that we know don't want to be labeled as we know. Exactly. So they didn't want to be labeled as an informer.
The survey was conducted with a sample size of 3,294 individuals, with responses collected from 2,335 participants. Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick,
in association with our friends at
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The police in St. James are turning to technology to strengthen community ties and fight crime in the parish. The move will not only reduce criminal activities, but also improve services in Jamaica. CVM's Shantae McNeil has details.
Strengthening community ties is key to tackling crime in St. James, according to Commanding Officer Aaron Samuels, who recently announced a new partnership between the police and the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce. The goal, leveraging AI technology to boost public engagement and create easier ways for citizens to report criminal activity.
It's AI using the WhatsApp platform that you can send the information to that WhatsApp number, and that AI will communicate with you and filter the information to the relevant persons. Your number will not come up in terms of what is distributed. Your information will be secure. We're doing our pilot test now.
Samuel says a key feature of the pilot project will allow citizens to review their interactions with police, helping to build trust and improve policing.
We are looking to change the face of policing in St. James to ensure that we offer the best customer service. And as you can remember, we are in the middle of doing our training with the Sandals University, which will help to increase our customer service across the entire Area 1. So we are big on customer service. Whether it is that you are a law-abiding citizen, we are going to ensure that you get the right customer service. But if you're a criminal, you're going to get the kind of customer service that you deserve.
Meanwhile, St. James Crime Officer DSP Linroy Edwards says crime clearance rates are already on the rise, 54% for murders and 40% for shootings. And he expects these numbers to improve as the initiative expands.
Yes, with the cooperation of the law-abiding citizens of this parish, we expect that we will be clearing a lot more crimes. Information that we get from the public is kept in the strictest of confidence, and we cannot do this alone. So we appeal to the law-abiding citizens of this parish to continue to cooperate with us so we can do our part to make St. James a safer parish.
Shante McNeil, CVM News.
Political leader of the PNM and former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley was in Tobago on Saturday as the party held their prayer and Thanksgiving event at the Mason Hall Secondary School under the theme, Victory is Thy Name. Elizabeth Williams of TV6 News brings that story.
Delivering the feature address, PNM Tobago Council political leader Ansel Dennis pleaded with Tobagonians that in light of the upcoming general elections, now is not the time to play games with their future.
Now is not the time to play games with the future of Tobago and the future of this country. We have the two best candidates in the race. We have the best, most organized, and the most respected political party in the country. And I want to tell you all how important that is, because if you realize, every Tom, Dick, Harry, and Kizel is forming a political organization hoping to govern you. And when they're not forming new organizations, they're pulling together and calling themselves coalitions of interests. But be careful, because that coalition of interests does not have your interests at heart.
Mr. Dennis said there are projects to be completed under the PNM.
We still have the new cruise ship terminal to be established in Scarborough. We still have the waterfront complex to be established in Scarborough. We still have the well-respected Sandals Resort to be constructed in Tobago. We still have the Marriott Hotel to be constructed in Tobago. We still have the marina to be constructed in Tobago. The journey must continue under the People's National Movement.
Dennis boasted about the recently commissioned A&R Robinson International Airport expansion project.
For those of you who travel on the plane, you will understand the shortcomings of the existing airport facilities. Just a few days ago, we celebrated the completion of a new state-of-the-art modern airport facility. Thanks to Dr. Rowley and his government.
PNM Tobago West candidate Shamfakajo Lewis and the PNM Tobago East candidate Ayana Webster Roy were also presented. At least 6 political parties and 1 independent candidate are contesting the Tobago East and West seats in Tobago. Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Chilean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.